Right, so I'm here at Swanborough Fishery. Now, I think it's March the 17th. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I am not impressed. Like, you come through the main entrance and it looks promising. Clearly labelled and all that, everything all kind of clearly labelled. And yeah, you can park up outside your swim. That's if you don't get stuck. Because if you look at the fucking road, fucking potholes and basically like a swamp all the way along the back of the lake. So if you're doing swim 1 to 7, lucky if you get stuck, to be honest with you. Actual swim. So I'm gonna let you decide what you think of the swims. I believe they're a little bit beat up, but we've had a terrible winter this year. Plenty of rain soaked into these soils, and putting in my pegs and all that was just, the ground was so soft. So I think that's what they're struggling with at the moment, with the ground being soft. Obviously with all the reeds and the lilies that are in the lake, in the summer I could see this being very picturesque. But I was a little bit disappointed of the conditions of the swim to begin with. I think you're expecting to go to these fisheries and having everything prestige, like most of the fisheries are these days. That's not always the case. But they can only step forward from here. They can only improve it. So it'd be nice to see what they do with it. Obviously you've got them gorgeous lodges over there, which you can rent out. It would just be nice if the lake mirrored that. But I'll let you decide. It's definitely a gorgeous looking lake. It's a nice big lake. It's a bit of a challenge, but I'll leave that up to you to decide on what you think. This is swim 6, which is it's a fair size swim, I suppose. I don't think you'd get 2 bivvies in there, not comfortably anyway. And I couldn't find swim 5, so I was a little bit worried that the little swim next to me was swim 5 and I was going to have someone else come there. Obviously the road's a bit turned up, but obviously if you've got cars parking every 5 minutes and driving up here, it's going to happen. But the benefit of having the car right next to your swim is fantastic. It's easy to set up and it's easy to pack away. Right, I'm going to carry on setting up and I'll let you know how the fishing is. If the fishing's great and I get loads of nice fish, then I could put up with this. So, there's not much to report yet. All I can really say is that I've had no bites yet. I've seen a couple show on the far bank in swim 8, I believe. The sun's just come out. I've got the 3rd rod set up now, so I've got 2 set up. My 10-foots are set up on what's it called, sticky bloodworm boilies, size 16, with some bloodworm pellet in a bag and a bit of bait I've thrown out there. So I've got 1 down the margin on the left, and then the second 10-foot is just out in the open. Apparently there's a ledge out there, I don't know, never fished this before. And I've just quickly snuck out my 3rd one down on the right margin because it ingrows, I'll show you later, on a bit of maize, a double maize, threw a couple of handfuls of maize and a couple of handfuls of pellet down in the margin down there. It's only a little 6-foot rod, no point trying to cast it far out of it. It's just a margin rod. And I've got that one down there. Take 2. Oh, I hate that when the water goes down the wrong hole. So, Billy, nice and cosy. 2 rods there, 1 round there. Yeah. Lovely little field there, loads of rabbits around here. Oh, I don't like that car there. Oh, there's a road over there. There's a few people fishing down there. Ugh. That's my little car. Yeah. Fuck it up. I'm getting frozen. So everybody online said about down in this corner, just in front of them. But then I've got one in this corner, my little 6-foot rod set up. I've got one down here. I think that's another swim over there. But yeah, so I've got one here. Just in that corner, that's on maize for the time being. There's not been many shows. The only shows I've really seen were up the back there. I think fish jumped out a couple of times. But yeah, peaceful. Look at the lodges are lovely. Absolutely lovely. Yeah, got a rod out down there, rod out in the middle. I'll change the bait up in a little while. Get a small PVA bag out down there. Nice place, it just needs a little bit more care and attention, I believe. Quickly get this bag out of there. I got a little bloodworm boilie on, which I've took a chunk out of and put a chunk of pop up in to make it more buoyant. And there's some bloodworm pellet in there, with a bit of crunched up bloodworm boilies. And this one, I'm just flicking it out roughly into the middle. Nowhere far, just like that. That in the middle, sink the line, and put it back on. And that one's out. This tripod thing's pissing me off though, I ain't gonna lie. Needs to move it back. Let me move it back. Put them on the floor for now. Let's move this back. Go about here. Oh well, that's loose either. Something like that. That's better. That's better.
and a swinger can be actually useful. That's it. That's better. Oh, another fishman coming. I wonder where they're going.
So, time, let's have a look. 1 o'clock. I'm not even a bite yet. The wind's still there. It's died down a little bit. Sun has come out. I'm going to change out the bait on my left rod. I'm going to stick Manila boilie on. Something that's a bit of lighter colour. Looks like there's a bit of soot out there. I've still got maize on the little rod in the margin, still nothing. Middle rod's back out, still in the middle, nothing. But no one's had anything. It's not like everybody else is catching, no one's had anything. But the problem is I don't know what to do because I've never fished this before. That's all trial and error. I'm not used to that. Usually I know what works. Every now and then get a gust of wind. So yeah, let's keep at it. Nothing to really report. Go around, bait up a bit more, and see if I can get one in the net. Right, so after all this time waiting, get a nice little common. Perfect nick. Gorgeous little chunk. Not gonna weigh him, only about 6 I think. But what a beautiful fish. Perfect nick. Absolute gorgeous. What can you ask for? Gorgeous looking fish. That's what I've come here for. I don't mind if they're small when they look like that. Absolutely beautiful, look at that. Just going to treat him a little bit. Have some carp care. Just going to sort his mouth out. See if I can get him to play ball for the other side. Mark on him. Beautiful fish. Let's get him back home. Fell to a pop up. Right, it's cold. Just made a cup of coffee. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and my little tiny 6-foot rod screams off. And yeah, I just had that fish. It was a nice common, not massive, but it had a nice. It looks like it could be a nice big fish. You know what I mean? The shape of it. I'd say it must have weighed about £8. I didn't weigh it, not worth it. It's too cold out, it's icy. But it's fully scoured, perfect lips on it, in one of the best conditions. Oh, yeah, as you can imagine, one of the best conditions you want a fish to be in. So for Swanborough House, yeah, the swims might not be great. Might need a bit of love. They might be a bit small, a bit crooked. But if the fish come out like that, looking that good condition, but bigger, I'll take the messy swims. I'll definitely come back if they look like that. So yeah, first fish so far, I'm pleased with. Didn't have anything all day. They've been crashing left, right and centre, especially in my corner. I'm going Billy's right next to it. I can hear him splashing out there. I left it. Oh, and it was my first fish on a pop-up. What achievement that is, eh? It fell to a Gemini system, bag system, with a Pacific tuna yellow pop-up on. Bottom of the lip hook up. Yeah. Only thing I did is when I struck the rod, I was so excited that my alarms were going off. I forgot to take my head torch, so I played the fish in the dark completely. Managed to net it in a complete dark. I didn't know what size it was or what it was until I come back and got my head torch. At first, I thought it was a ghosty. It was just a very light common. It looked very white in the water. But no blank for me. I'm happy. I worked hard to get that. I've had to do so many different changes on the rods. First I was on quick release leads, and the silt here is so thick that I was noticing I was bringing in a load of crap with it, a load of silt all around the way, all around the hook. So I felt when you feed it on the rod, you can feed it when it's proper sunk in. So I thought I've got to adjust to that. So I went PVA bag system and a Gemini system for the small rod, just because it's in the margin. And my way of thinking there is a big bag falling through the water columns. It's going to slow it down. It's not going to sink as much. And on the other two rods, I put them both on helicopter rigs. One's on pop-up, one's on the bottom bait and half a pop-up. So yeah, fingers crossed. I might be able to bag another one. Now I've not set up another bag on the small rod. I've just flicked it back out in the margin and threw some handfuls of bait out. Let's see how it goes. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to have a sneaky fag, because that was a bit of exciting, and then see if I can get another bit of sleep. But the pressure's off because I've had one, not blanked. So yeah, happy days. I had to have a coffee because I was freezing my arse off. I couldn't feel my hands. I was like, damn, that's cool. You know what it's like when you get woken up by your alarms. You go out stumbling like a zombie. The thing is, there's no cloud cover, so it's a nippy one. But hopefully that means it'll be nice and warm tomorrow. We're expecting nice weather tomorrow. Old pheasants getting some. Tell you what, it's quite weird this late because during the day you can't see anything. You're lucky if you see a rib pool in the fucking water. But as soon as the evening comes, mate, fucking lake comes alive with shows. Fish crashing, there's fucking swimming along the tops last lot yesterday evening. I suppose it's morning now, isn't it? So just fuck that fag up. Is that cold? My fingers are. I just messed this fag up. I don't know if that's gonna be out of smoke, eh? Push it filter down a bit further. I can suss that one out. It's a shit fag, but it's a fag nevertheless. Victory fag. Victory fag! It's a victory fag! It's just me this morning, talking morning gibberish. Probably won't get back to sleep there anyway, so. But I've had a fish. I've had a fish. One of the biggest in the world. But it was a fish. Alright, see you in the morning. Alright. So, 7:15 in the morning, the rod screamed off again. I didn't film it, didn't take a picture of it because it was a bream. It was a big silver slab. I just unhooked it in the net and let it go on its way. The fucking gas is frozen, it's been that cold. It looks like it's going to be a nice day though. Even though it's cold now, it's clear sky and the sun's on its way up. Don't know how long I'm going to fish for today. I want to dry my bivvy out, I know that much, so I ain't going nowhere till my bivvy's dry. I'm going to dry that out first. Well, they're both fish on pop-ups. So yeah. Pop the cherry on pop-ups. It's like shit. Gas is actually frozen and everything. Yeah, about Bream for about £2 Bream, I suppose. It was still silver, so they weren't too big. It was just starting to go like the brown colour they go when they get too big. But at least I know my rig works. That's positive. Bream can pick it up, so we're going to carp. And they swim around together, don't they? So let's see what happens. So this session has convinced me to work on my pop-up rig game. No, I didn't used to. I've stayed away from pop-ups for a long time, but I think they've saved me a blank this time. And I've got to admit defeat. I think I'm turning into a little bit of a pop-up fan. I just need to learn to make a rig that I'm confident on. Pop-up rig that I'm confident on. So that's what I'm going to be doing the next couple of days, is focusing on pop-up rigs. I'm working at testing and trialing rig stuff on how to make a perfect pop-up rig. Get some proper equipment and all that. We'll go from there. Right, so it is 9:15. I had that Bream out first thing this morning. Just managed to make myself some egg rolls. I let my bivvy dry out, so I'll probably pack up about 1ish. Just waiting for this to dry out. But Swanborough Fishery, what do I think of it? Overall, it's a lovely place. Very quiet, which is nice. Signal is good here, so if you're one to watch your phone in the evening, or like to keep in contact with the missus, signal's pretty shit hot here. Swims need a little bit of care, but it is winter, just coming out of winter, so everything looks a bit rough anyway. The actual lake is in perfect condition. It's a gorgeous looking lake. Not much features to cast to, so you have to use your margins. Fish I had was in great condition. So overall, it's a pretty good fishery, I'd say. I'll definitely come back. I know the beginning of the video didn't seem that way. It was a miserable morning and I was expecting something a bit better than what I'm pulling up to. A bit worried about my car getting stuck. But everything else considered, slept well here. People that fish here are quite respectful. Yeah, a lot of people don't, if they come for the day, they just sit in their cars, and which is not a bad shout. So, expect that. But no, I enjoyed it. Definitely enjoyed it. It's relaxing. You have to graft for your fish. This time of year, I wouldn't say it's a runs water. I know a few of you say it's a runs water online, but you are going in the middle of summer, so it's expected to be quite feeding up and that. But yeah, good little fishery. Reasonably priced. And I've enjoyed my stay overall. Happy man.